Less than a month till the 2024 WNBA playoffs, and the only team so far to clinch a spot is the New York Liberty. But before we talk about that, let's talk about Unrivaled and how they announced their 15th player today. Unrivaled's 15th player is none other than Atlanta Dream's Alicia Gray. Now back to the playoffs. The 2024 WNBA playoffs is going to be among the most watched in sports history. With the league at peak popularity, viewership is higher than ever before, and with these rookies bringing in all these fans, like I said, New York Liberty was the first team to clinch a playoff spot this season. They have won 24 of their first 28 games. That made them jump out to a commanding lead in the league standings. After Liberty, the playoff race is tightening up a little bit. However, the door is still wide open for multiple teams to be able to sneak in there. So the regular season ends September 19th, and we know there's only 12 teams in the league, so that means 2/3 of the league is going to be able to play postseason. In 2022, the WNBA playoff format was adjusted. Before, it was 2 rounds of the postseason where single elimination, winner takes all games. The top 4 seeds would also receive byes for the first round. That's no longer happening. The WNBA playoff format is like this now. The top 8 WNBA teams will be ranked based on their regular season records, regardless of their respective conference. The teams are still grouped geographically for regular season play, but the playoffs focus on overall league standings rather than conference standings. The first round of play is going to begin on Sunday, September 22nd. The first round of the playoffs will feature 4 3-game series. The semifinals round will consist of 2 best-of-5 series. The WNBA finals will also be a best-of-5 series. In the finals, the higher-seeded team will get home court advantage for games 1, 2, and 5, while the lower-seeded teams will be at home for games 3 and 4. Now, just in case you're new to the game, I'm just going to explain a few things. A bye is where a team automatically advances to the next round without having to play a game. It usually happens when there's an odd number of teams. The team that receives a bye essentially just skips a round and waits to play in a later round. A seed is a ranking a team is given in a tournament based on their performance during the regular season or in rounds of a competition. Seeding is used to organize the matchups. Like highest ranked teams are top seed, lower ranked teams are lower seeds. Basically, it's so higher ranked teams have a better chance of advancing. So like March Madness, there's 64 teams divided into regions, seeded from 1 to 16. The number 1 seed in a region is generally considered like the strongest team, while number 16 is considered basically like the weakest. So exact dates for each game has not been announced. We do know that the start date is September 22nd, and we do know that the league has announced that Game 5 of the finals will be played no later than Sunday, October 20th.